Hey, I want to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Marketing Podcast, your source for all things marketing. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres. Keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today I have Noelle Fauver on the line, and she's Associate Director of Outreach over at Inseev Interactive. Noelle, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, Adam.
All right, so excited about today's topic. So we're going to get into how SEO and PR have merged. So I'm excited to get into that one with you. But before we do, I want to talk a little bit more about what you're doing over at Inseev Interactive. Tell us a little bit more about the company, please.
Absolutely. So Inseev Interactive is a data-driven SEO agency. We're all about results. We're all about making sure that we have data and case studies to stand behind the work that we do for our clients. Our biggest goal is getting our clients onto page one of Google and the other important search engines that people are using, and making sure that we're driving new customers to your business.
And that's why I wanted you on the show for this topic. I mean, number one, you're an SEO. You also have the PR background that you've also done with Inseev. So that being said, I think that's a perfect transition into today's topic. So how SEO and PR have merged. The landscape has changed for those listening that didn't know. Where do you want to start with this one, Noelle?
Yeah, let me just start with giving the audience a little bit of a background as to kind of where and how PR and SEO has merged. So as many of the listeners might already know, SEO is a fairly new sort of sector of marketing with being a big driving factor towards getting new business and getting customers to your website. And traditionally, PR has been a big facet of marketing and marketing campaigns and getting exposure to your brand. But what we've learned historically is that PR hasn't always been aligned with SEO. So with SEO strategy, there's a lot of technical things that come into play, and these aren't always taken into consideration by PR teams. So what this means is making sure that we have the right information that's going to drive the most value in terms of getting traffic back to your site. And so that's really what we're targeting and what we're working towards kind of building out here moving forward.
And so my let's say my oversimplification of this would be in the past, PR would be, maybe we get your name in a headline in your local newspaper or other things, or, press release and this. And these are all very important things, by the way. So I'm not saying those are not still really core pieces of PR, but now you're adding the tech side of things. So you're adding the analytics, you're adding the other things of SEO that weren't necessarily part of that. But now, to me, they've merged so much, it's almost like they're the same. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah. So just to give a little context, one of the things that is really important in driving basically authority to your website, which is one of the ways that you can get your website to rank within a search engine, is the number of people across the web that have links pointing back to your website. And what we found with PR is that they have all these opportunities to do these press releases and to get this exposure, but they're not always focused on getting that link back to your website that's going to help you drive that authority and help direct people back to your website. So that's really our approach with PR, is making sure that when we get this exposure for our companies and our clients, that consumers and customers have an easy way to navigate back to our clients' websites, and that it's sending the right authorities back to the website as well. So making sure that those links are going to the right pages on your website where it's going to be easiest for customers to convert.
And what those links really are, just to kind of add onto that, is they're an asset. I mean, there's value in that. So far past somebody working with a particular company or are doing an interview or something else, if you don't have that asset, so to speak, then when it's lost, it's lost.
Absolutely.
So what are some things that a lot of business owners, entrepreneurs, executives listening right now, what's a tip or two that they should be thinking of, like right now, that low-hanging fruit when they're considering their SEO and how they should be formulating their strategy?
Absolutely. So one of the easiest things that you can do is you can capitalize on the opportunities that you've already placed for PR. So go out there and find out where people are already talking about your brand and see if you can expand on that information and provide additional resources for your readers. The other big thing that you can do, which is kind of branching off a little bit more into content marketing, is you can make sure that you're putting out awesome thought leadership, which is exactly what we're doing right now on this podcast, right? So making sure that you're branding yourself, making sure that you're getting that exposure. So not only leveraging on the things that you've already done, but making sure that you're going out there and you're creating new opportunities for your business and your brand.
Oh, I love it. I mean, that's awesome, Noelle. So that being said, if somebody's listening to this and they want more information on either working with you and your team or they want to connect with your content, I mean, what's the best way for people to connect with Inseev Interactive?
Absolutely. I mean, we're accessible on all sorts of different platforms, whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's just going directly to our website. We have a chat bot available on our page, which is highly recommended for anyone that has a website to make it easily accessible for your site visitors to get in touch with you. And we'll be there at the drop of a hat.
Fantastic. Well, Noelle, really appreciate you coming on the show today and sharing more about your experience and how SEO and PR have merged. Really valuable content and tips there. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, leave me a review in the Apple iTunes Store. If you're watching this on our YouTube channel, Mission Matters Marketing, definitely give us a subscribe there, but also leave us some comments in the comment section. I mean, love to know what kind of projects and things that you're working on. And Noelle, thanks again for coming on the show.